My experience in the Arab Middle East starts off in Kuwait. It includes Qatar, it includes Iraq, it includes Afghanistan. You're talking about fumes from the oil fields and everything that's associated with oil processing, with burning off the methane and the fumes associated with that. Then you're talking about you can talk about dust particulates. We'd have these gigantic sandstorms. I mean, really immense and beautiful things when you see them developing. When you're flying through them, they're kind of crazy. But all of that stuff is in the air, so we would wear masks and try and protect ourselves as best you could. We were all very bothered by our exposure to all of the different particulates that were in the air, both from the burn pits, the stuff that was just in the air over there. So I was a cross-country runner and track runner in high school, and so I was used to running distances. It started getting really bad when I came back from deployment in 2009, although it was present before that. I started having exercise-induced asthma. Where when I would go on a run, if I exerted myself quite a bit, or I would go on a long run, I couldn't stop coughing afterwards, and sometimes it almost to the point of vomiting. It was so hard. I would go to the flight dock, and they would say, "Yeah, you were exposed. Everyone was exposed. Join the list, and here's some albuterol." And eventually I got some albuterol to kind of take care of that. But my tolerance since then for all sorts of things like exhaust or secondhand smoke or things like that have just, my tolerance for that is plummeted. I can't stand that stuff now. It was a stress relief. It made it easier for me to manage stress levels. It made it easier for me to manage my health and my weight, and to feel good about myself. Okay. When I start having significant problems with breathing, like I have been, and that impacts my ability to go running, that also impacts, as a second order effect, all of those other things. So my weight, my ability to manage stress, my ability to which bleeds over into personal relationships, and my health. So it has very real consequences. There's a lack of sense of urgency on this. I remember when I was in high school in the 80s, we were starting to talk about Agent Orange then, right? That's kind of the timeline, and starting to look into it. Okay, so we started getting involved in Vietnam in large numbers in 64 and 65, right? So I would say that's what, 20 years later, right? To the mid 80s, that we started really addressing it seriously. Okay, we went into Afghanistan in 2001. It's now 20 years later. We are not anywhere close to the level of dealing with this, and we've been talking about it the whole time, that we were with Agent Orange. So it's not even that we're trying to get that we want to do better than Agent Orange. We're not even doing as well as we did with our response to Agent Orange right now.